Yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you for your time today. Another Markham webinar. Appreciate you guys giving up some of your valuable time. Just wanted to talk about the Markham SLAB-TECT system today. And so Markham's why is adding life by embracing challenges. And we wanted to come up with a system that, combined with the benefits of colloidal silica and 25 years of concrete and construction knowledge, we put together this SLAB-TECT system. So yeah, just like to again welcome everybody. My name's Henry Mitchell. I've got Lockie Smith on the line here with me today. I've been with Markham for about 10 years. I have a passion for concrete and delivering excellence to yourselves and your clients. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Lockie.
Yeah, thanks, Henry, and thanks for everyone tuning in today from wherever you may be. It's great to have you on board. So yeah, I've been with Markham for, I don't know, over 5 years, I think it is now. Time flies. But yeah, love working for Markham as a company and working with you guys as clients. It's so exciting to see it come to life, see the projects come to life, and assist by adding life to concrete. So yeah, hopefully you can all hear me right. It's coming across the right, Henry?
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for that, Lockie. So we've got a Q&A button down the bottom there. It's standard webinar practice. We will have a question and answers session at the end. You can ask questions as we go, but we will do a quick poll now. Just a couple of questions to see where you guys are all from and what you're about. So there's 4 questions there. Just flick an answer on which one's most applicable to you guys, and we'll get this underway.
See what sort of audience we've got out there.
So the answers, we'll leave it up for another 10-15 seconds. And the results should be coming up anytime soon. Awesome. So we've got a quite a wide range there. The cross section, we've got a few architects and designers, and the answers are dropped off my screen. They must be timed out. But anyway, good to have you all on board. So yeah, let's fire away and get into this. Next slide, please. So yeah, as we said, we want to talk about the Markham SLAB-TECT system today, and some of the learning outcomes we're going to hopefully get across to you guys and show you is the need for protecting exposed concrete floors, the challenges of traditional methods. We want to talk a little bit about SLAB-TECT and where we can help you there, and our end-to-end approach back with warranties and that sort of thing. So I guess before we start off, some of the things we want to talk about, so we can sort of engage with you guys a little bit better out there, is exposed floors need protection. There's a number of challenges, number of situational challenges. You got loads, you got static, you got dynamic loads. Abrasion from traffic, we've got contaminations, we've got carbonation. There's a whole wide range from exposed concrete, and carbonation is probably right up there for health and safety if we've got people working in the areas, and then just as much as our loads. So we want our strength and our curing and that sort of thing to be right up there from day dot. So the service life of this concrete can be extended. And you'll see that freight yard there. So that's a building, 35,000 square metre building, done back in it's probably about 20 odd years ago now. So early 2000s, and that's still standing up to test of time. So we treated that whole slab with the hydrogel curing systems. But that's enough about that. So we'll just keep on next slide. So the question is exposed, well, it's not really a question. Exposed floors need protection. We need to minimize maintenance of cleaning, and obviously any time that a slab is or a floor, like we can see in this photo here, is not operational, it's inconvenient, and it does cost a lot of money to the client. So we want to protect slabs from day one. So that's a little bit about operational challenges. Traditional methods. So there are traditional methods out there, curing, treatment starting early on. Some people leave their concrete to self seal off, that sort of thing. But you can see this slab here. This is a extreme example, but relying on natural durability and things like this, it doesn't stand the test of time. Wear and tear, carbonation, chemical contamination starts going. So it's not really an option in this day and age to just rely on traditional methods.
Yeah, that's good, Henry. And I guess our point of view is we like to look at it as a long term. So something that's gonna last the distance, stand the test of time. Obviously, there is your traditional ways of water curing the slab, but what that looks like long term is another whole question, I guess. Obviously, Markham do believe that curing of concrete is of most importance to ensure that long-term durability, and therefore increasing the service life of the structure. But the only downside, I guess, is there's no protection from day one. The concrete's not sealed right from the outset, so that leaves the concrete exposed to different environments, different harsh conditions, like in workshops, that type of thing. So it can result, if not protected, can result in detrimental effects for your build and the client's asset. But this next slide, some of the other traditional methods, I guess, for concrete hardeners are shake-ons or silicate hardeners, which these tend to have, I guess, the ability to penetrate that top porosity of the concrete matrix, as you can see in that diagram there on the screen. So, which leaves the bottom layer soft, so to speak. So leaving the concrete liable to cracking and breaking down over time with different loads, different wear and tear from forklifts and workshop equipment, that type of thing. Whereas we'll jump into it soon, Markham has a different approach with this SLAB-TECT system, where we utilise a unique, it's a colloidal silica, I guess slightly different to a silicate hardener, where it's got very small particles, so it gives that ability to penetrate that 150 mil into the concrete matrix, so densifying the whole concrete slab
into the veins of the concrete, really, isn't it? Under nanotechnology. So we're talking about very fine nanotechnology here.
Yeah, exactly. And with densifying that whole top 150 mil, you're actually providing a much durable slab, a much more durable base. So with more wear and tear, with the more traffic, the slab actually comes up better over time. It develops a nice sheen, and you can see that we've gone back to projects 9-10 years, and you can see it's coming up, develops over time, Henry?
Yeah, nice. So tell us, what is SLAB-TECT, Lockie?
Yeah, so what is SLAB-TECT? Basically, in a nutshell, it's a complete system, a system that we have come up with to provide a consistent solution for all exposed concrete slabs. And obviously, you'd all know that every project is different. So our approach is looking at it by project basis, and determining what is best for you and what's best for the client and the most cost-effective solution. But I guess SLAB-TECT has a number of different options. So it's a complete system, and then we incorporate a number of different options, I guess, in there. That's all designed, delivered by MARKHAM. So it incorporates the penetrating hydrogel like we've been talking about. That's to ensure long-term durability and that protection from day one. Obviously, very important is the curing of the concrete to keep the concrete hydrated and to minimize cracking. And then along with that is a sheen enhancing treatment. That's to provide a nicely finished looking slab, right ready for handover, and looking sharp. So yeah, we're all about achieving a high performing slab that will obviously endure all sorts of different wears and tears and hold up for long term. But I don't know if you got anything else to add there, Henry.
No, that's pretty much covers it. I was just going to say that, yeah, traditionally we all know about a slab. There's a whole lot of different parties usually involved in it, from concrete cutting to placing to formwork to there's a whole wide range. And then you get to the other end of the project where you're scrubbing and cleaning it and doing that. So by putting our head together and putting 25 years of knowledge into this, we've come up with and just combined the whole system into one as such and work alongside with the client, and we can show you, yeah, what we can give you.
Yeah, so it's all from us to you. So what's in it for you, I guess, is we want to make it easy. We want to provide one consistent provider, one consistent methodology, and reduce risk, really. Provide a system that you guys can rely on, a system that's backed with warranties, insurance-backed warranties, and long-term durability. So reducing that maintenance cost for yours and your client's assets, and maximising yield. So coming up with a system to achieve high performing slabs, a slab that's going to last. So yeah, end-to-end service it's a very important concept to MARKHAM, obviously because every project is different. So we look at each project, what their needs are, what their requirements are. We're definitely not about just firing product out the back door. We like to get involved, get all parties involved, get everyone involved in the project to ensure a favourable outcome. So we're involved right from design, specifications with architects, and then right through to delivery on site, where we use predominantly it's in-house applicators, and they're all project managed by MARKHAM in-house team. And then obviously right through to the final documentation, your warranties, your QA documentation. So yeah, we're all about delivering excellence on every project we put our hand to. And obviously, if you're not satisfied with our process at the time, we're committed to correcting it with urgency and importance. But anything else to add there?
No, I guess just taking the risk off the likes of you guys that are designing, taking the risk off and just covering that ourselves. And we can only do that by the supply and apply method has been a MARKHAM model for the last 25 years, and by quality controlling it and keeping hold of the QA, giving you warranties, that sort of thing. So no, that's a pretty good covering of it, I think, Lockie. Yeah,
so there's many different, I guess, applications, different uses with this SLAB-TECT system. So your warehouses, your distribution centres, factories, workshops, where they're exposed to some fairly harsh conditions, oil spills and that type of thing. So fairly important to protect that. Data centres, so been involved in a lot recently in data centres in New Zealand, seem to be popping up everywhere. And then right through to exposed retail floor slabs, where a desired aesthetically pleasing finish is desired. So we where retailers are coming in. It's important to have a nice looking slab.
That's real good. So thanks. We've talked about how we can help you guys and where we can help you. I just wanted to show you this quick example. It's a quick couple of minute video. This is a big project, OGI warehouse in Christchurch, recently finished. So if we just flick across to that video, hopefully we've got to play it.
Here we are at OJ Solutions Slab in Christchurch, a big new building, 35,000 square metres of investment, and very pleased to be working with Calder Stewart in conjunction and getting the slab right for the build. As you can see, a lot going on here, but we're all about the slab here and what we're doing to protect the slab and add life to it. What we're doing here is curing the slab, a process to seal, anti-dust, and treat the slab for long-term performance, durability, getting that result so it's right from day one.
With this project, we've got a maintenance scrub going, whereas we're scrubbing every last piece of concrete weekly, and it's to ensure actually delivering exceptional quality.
So MARKHAM have been involved with concrete treatments for over 25 years now, working in New Zealand, Australia, UK, Southeast Asia. Our supply and installation package is to provide you with that total result, and being the manufacturer of the product and the deliverer, the installer, we can guarantee that result to you and that long-term performance.
MARKHAM has the capacity to deliver from small-scale projects right through to large-scale projects like this one behind me. MARKHAM has a great team culture to help deliver and provide that consistency across the board, and we pride ourselves on making it easy.
Saving the world, one concrete structure at a time. MARKHAM, adding life to concrete.
Awesome.
So I hope that showed you a little bit about what we can do. There's a whole lot of different options there. So this is just, we're getting towards the end of our webinar now, and we wanted to open the floor up for some questions.
Got a couple come through here, Henry.
Cool. What have we got?
One come through. How do we include this in specifications?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. So we have got a dedicated team working with architects and designers and engineers at specification and design team. There's a number of options we can do across Australia and New Zealand. Here in New Zealand, we've got full master spec. Excuse me, master spec specifications. We can also got access to the online portal where we can, if you guys send us your request, we can get in there, edit it for you, and you can drop it straight back into your system. In Aussie, I think we've got Easy Spec, and we work with a number of spec writers as well. But it is a good point which you bring up in relation to specs, because every project is a little bit different. And it's not just a rinse and repeat as such. So we like to have a discussion early on to make sure that we're pointing in the right direction and doing that sort of thing. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, I was just going to say it is important to have a quick sit down at the start of the project when they're looking at the spec and just sort of guiding them, I guess, pointing them in the right direction to make sure that we're speccing the right product and everything. Got another one come through. How long is the warranty? So the standard warranty is 15 years, and that's a full performance-based warranty and insurance-backed. So we're not just providing a product warranty, we're actually providing a full supply and install warranty. But I don't know if there's anything else.
No, that's good. There's another one here that just jumped in. What's the design life of the material? So we didn't really get too much in the technical side of things today, team, but with the colloidal silica treatments that form a hydrogel inside your concrete, they're in the concrete for the lifetime of the concrete. So they can't be worn or abraded off the surface. They're right through the concrete. And this is the beauty of this, is that essentially over time, it turns into the CSH of your concrete. So we're not adding anything foreign to concrete here. We're just putting more of the good stuff in. And it's beefing up the strength of your concrete, beefing up early days is good curing, is more durable, more harder concrete from day one. So
Yeah, and that's
yeah. Sorry, you go.
no, I was just going to say that it's permanent inside the concrete, so it's less maintenance. So you don't have to come back in 2-5 years to reapply it or anything. It's there for the lifetime of the concrete.
The next one's a good question. Is it necessary to seal the concrete surface for car parks to protect from oils, etc.? Well, it's essential and necessary to seal and protect any concrete. That's how you add life to concrete. With the hydrogel treatments, yes, we can stop the deep ingress of oils and contaminants getting into concrete and therefore protecting the concrete. And this is essentially done by the hydrogel forms a blockage in the pores, feeds the hydration process, but also stops any nasties get in there. We do a whole nother range, which will be another day for another webinar, and waterproofing and things like that. But essentially, if you can stop the moisture migration in and out of the concrete, you can stop all the nasties jumping on the back of it. So yeah, there's another question there. How much is approximate square meter of this method?
I guess it really determines on the project. So we are project by project, and it depends what sort of level of the SLAB-TECT we are providing. So whether that's just the densifier and the curing and then the sheen enhancement. So I guess it ranges from around sort of 5 to 8 a square, but yeah, we do the project.
It can get right up. It can go up to whatever your budget requires as well. Like we can offer things, scrubbing, end of project, curing blankets, polishes, enhancers. So it really just, it's about understanding your expectations, understanding your clients' expectations and what we can offer there. But yeah, every project's a little bit different.
Yeah, I guess it just reiterates the fact that it is a system, it is a complete system. So it's, and yeah, it varies from project to project. So yeah, great questions. Thanks for firing them through. Doesn't look like
any other questions, team, on here?
Come through at the moment. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to myself or Henry afterwards.
Yes, yeah, thanks for that. We will put an email out to you guys with some details as well. So any New Zealand projects, you can reach out to Lockie and myself. I'm happy to help you out. And yeah, we will also put some contacts for our Australian-based colleagues as well, if anybody's tuning in from Aussie. But yeah, feel free to reach out, give us a yell anytime. We're always keen to help, keen to add life by embracing your challenges, and whether it be curing, anti-dusting, carbonation, protection, right from top to bottom, we're happy to discuss anything around that. So thanks very much, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining. We'll catch up on the other side.